Have you ever had someone come into your life who changed how you want others to perceive you? Someone that you idolized for the way they live their life and for what they stand for. I met that person in my life 21 years ago. Back then, he was just the father of my girlfriend. But today, he is the grandfather to my children, my father-in-law, and one of my very best friends. Today, I'm on my way to meet my father-in-law Gerry halfway between Cleveland and Cincinnati and just east of Columbus in Logan, Ohio at Hocking Hills State Park. As a Father's Day gift, he wanted to take me ziplining, so we made a trip out of it, hiking, camping, ziplining, and with a bit of ropes course as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you Gerry's motivating and inspiring story as I show you views from our trip, and my hope is that you will consider in your life who you hold in the same regard. But more importantly, I want you to consider what you can do to be the person that everyone looks up to and wants to be like. Gerry is 76 years old today. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and he, along with his parents and his 4 siblings, shared a 2-bedroom house. He has attended church regularly his entire life. In 1964, he graduated from Holy Name High School and went on to earn his degree at John Carroll University. He met the love of his life, Linda, and until her passing, they celebrated 50 wonderful years together. The 2 of them shared 2 beautiful children, Gerry and Jennifer. They have 8 grandchildren, and they are truly the joys of their lives. In his career, he worked for a company that was just getting off the ground in the linen industry. Today, that global uniform company called Cintas is still thriving. Whoa.
Be careful.
Gerry moved on from Cintas, and at one point he became the CEO of one of the largest linen companies in the nation. For the past 5 years, he has been running the linen for one of the most renowned hospitals in the world, the Cleveland Clinic. One of my very first memories of my father-in-law came at Christmas time at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law Gerry and Susie's home. At that time, Gerry's oldest grandchild was the only grandchild with us. While all the adults were dressed up, standing and having cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, Gerry in his suit and tie was rolling around on the ground playing with his grandson and all of his grandson's toys. That defines the family man that he is and his desire to invest in future generations. Today, Gerry goes to every football game, lacrosse game, dance recital, and truly everything that he can get to just to support his grandchildren. Every night before he goes to bed, he sends out a text message to all of his grandchildren, and he calls it his words of wisdom. It could be a quote or a thought, just to help them think of how they can make a positive impact on the world. But Gerry's impact does not stop with his family. He constantly supports his friends and rewards them with his loyalty. As an employer, I personally watched Gerry walk around his business, getting to know each and every employee and learning about their families. I recently met with a customer and his wife at their home. I was there to sell them windows, and he told me that he recently retired from his company after 38 years. As our conversation continued, he revealed to me the company he retired from was Cintas. When I asked him if he knew of my father-in-law, he simply replied, quote, "Gerry Notek is my idol," end quote. He told me that not only did Gerry hire him 38 years ago, but Gerry was also kind enough to co-sign for his car. That is the type of man he is, has been, and will always be.
Breakfast camping.
On top of all of this, at 76 years old, Gerry still runs, bikes, or kayaks every day to stay fit and stay young. That is why, with no regards, he is matching me step for step this weekend, hiking through the woods, braving a ropes course, and zipping from tree to tree. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but Gerry has a fear of heights. How old are you? How old are you going to be next week? 76. Next week. Nonetheless, when I learned to fly a tandem paramotor and wanted him to try it, he put his fears aside, climbed on in, and he told my wife Jenny,
Your mother says you only live once. Keep going, David.
Very nice. It is easy to appreciate the parents of your significant other because they are responsible for much of the joy you have in your life from your spouse and your kids. But Gerry has given me so much more direction in my life from the examples he sets in his life. Always positive, always optimistic. He never swears, unless he's watching football, but who doesn't? He really is my idol, and I'm so proud to be his son-in-law and call him my friend.